What's happening, everybody? It's your man, Dame DNYDC, host of the Two Mics Up podcast. And look, we got a lot going on tonight, and I have some amazing, business owners and entrepreneurs that's going to be really jumping on, and I want to give them the opportunity for sponsoring Two Mics Up. I want to make tonight their night, and I want to give them this platform to be visible. And, as a community, I want us to be able to come together and really, understand what they do and really go out and support them in their community because the services that they're providing to us are phenomenal and they're needed. But before I go ahead, because I'm going to tease a little bit before we go ahead and bring these amazing guests out, I do have a couple of things that I would like to talk about before we get into tonight's conversation with our guests. So right now, I have the pleasure of really trying to bring some community news, to you all here. Two mics up, as a community connector, we're working to bring news and other events. And I have a sister that's with Youth Empower Me Foundation, Olivia Coffey. They're putting together a fundraiser on Cinco de Mayo, 2022, at Top Golf at National Harbor. Now you're going to see this, the next couple of weeks, and we're working to bring Olivia on. But it's a great event. $75, early bird special tickets. You can, eat, drink. She has different sponsor packages that you can help support her event. You can go to youthempowerme.org to get more information. And like I said, I'm going to be working to bring Olivia on in a couple of weeks to dive into, her event. Also here in the news at Two Mics Up, season 4, right around the corner. So tonight we're highlighting season 3 sponsors, but we're now opening up season 4. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor and want to advertise on Two Mics Up, feel free to reach out to us. I really believe moving forward that if you can't sell your product, it's because you're not visible. And we're looking to open up new markets. And I'm just going to leave this here. Can you say TV? For those of you who like to watch TV, may be interested in TV, stay tuned because Two Mics Up is really looking to take it to that next level in season 4. And if you want to advertise, like I said, you can go ahead and contact us via email at vp2micsup@gmail.com, via our website, or on social media, IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Two Mics Up. And like I said, it's all about advertising and making yourself visible in the market. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring some of the most amazing people that I've had the opportunity to get to know, meet, and work with, uh, not just over the last year, but on some level, these amazing people have been, my mentors, my confidants. We've partied together, we've broke bread together. Uh, it's been one big family. So what I want to do, and Cliff, no disrespect to you, bro, but we got our queens here.
No doubt.
All of our sisters are here tonight.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Jennifer McDuffie. Jennifer, she's been on the show before. So, but this is the first time we actually got to see her lovely face live. So, Jennifer, please take a minute, introduce yourself to everybody, and give us a little background about yourself and your business.
Sure. Thanks, Damon. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer McDuffie, and I am the owner of JMIncomeTax and Accounting Services. I am an enrolled agent with the Internal Revenue Service. I do not work for the IRS, but I represent taxpayers before the IRS who may be under audit or need some representation for an appeal they may be going through or have tax debt. And I typically work with clients nationwide. Of course, I do tax preparation for individuals as well as business owners. This is actually my 14th year in the tax game. So I've been around for a while. I've worked in corporate accounting. My background is actually in accounting. I work for corporate accounting. I work for accounting firms and as well as the government. So I decided to open up my own firm because I built a following over the years. And literally, my goal is to help individuals and business owners keep more of their money to help build a secure financial future, whether it's reinvesting it back into their business or building some finances for themselves and their children. So I typically like to educate the individuals that I typically run across from day to day. Um, so yeah, that's just a little bit about me and the services that I provide.
We're going to come back because we're going to dive in a little bit more with each and every one of you. But I want to give you that opening salvo. So I'm going to go ahead and slide down to my sister, this woman right here. Well, actually, all three of these women, but this one right here, Michelle Riddick. I'm gonna tell you, man. Look, I can tell y'all some stories, but I'm not even gonna talk about. Right, look, not those stories, show, but we're gonna talk a business story because I mean, this is how funny and how booked and busy Michelle is, and I'm gonna let her share the story she was just telling us offline before we, through her intro. But Michelle, go ahead and introduce yourself and give us that little tidbit about how booked and busy you are, sis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Riddick of Riddick Entertainment and Events, and I also own Signing in Excellence, which is a mobile notary company. Riddick Entertainment and Events is a full-service event planning firm. We offer social events, corporate events, weddings, destination events, and also group travel. Signing in Excellence is a mobile notary company, and we offer mobile services for notary as well as loan signing documents for clients. I was telling them that I literally just got out of my car and came into my office because I just came from Norfolk and I live in Stafford. And I was like, oh my God, I got to get there. But I had a client in Norfolk. We had to do a walkthrough for her wedding that's coming up in September. So I'm here.
Look, I'm saying, I mean, with and we breathe. Michelle, I swear, I saw the post and we were talking about it, and I looked at the time. I said, now this woman right here. Now I was expecting her to really come in through the back door, literally. And I was like, okay, we're gonna put Michelle on the back burner. We're gonna have to let her be the last one to go. But just like Michelle, she's always able to make it. She comes through. She's in the clutch, and her work and everything that she does. Because that's just two of the businesses that she's talking about that I know of. Because Cheryl wears many hats, just like a native New Yorker. Cliff could understand because I know Cliff wears a lot of hats. And Janelle, our sister, Bubbles and Brews,
Yes.
rocking with us from up there in the Philly, Delaware area. She's another one that constantly is booked and busy. So, Janelle, please go ahead and take a few minutes, talk to us, talk to the audience, share a little bit of your background about your business and yourself.
Absolutely. And can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay. I was trying to get it on my laptop and it wasn't working, so I'm on my phone. But thanks so much. So happy to be here. My name is Janelle Lawrence. I'm the owner of Bubbles and Brews Philly and South Jersey with my husband, Tyrese. We have been in business for 3 years now, and we are a mobile bar. We have a vintage two mobile bars. So what we do is we do weddings, corporate events, private parties, backyard barbecues. Dave knows what I'm talking about. But we bring the party to you. We have two Italian Piaggio Apes that have 7 taps each, and we could tap anything. So prosecco, beer, mixed cocktails, the entanglement. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, yeah, but I got bit by the entanglement the last time I was up there in Philly. Yeah, I got bit by that one. Yes, indeed. Well, look, I love it, and everything that you all told me, we're going to dive into definitely deeper. Cliff, I will not forget my king, my brother. He and I, it's funny. And again, like I said, each and every individual here, from the start of whether it be their business or projects, we've all shared and had discussions. And Cliff and I were just talking. We're in a networking group together, and we were just talking this morning about how 3 years ago, we were talking about doing exactly what we're doing right here, right now. So to be able to bring this to fruition is a blessing, from all of you guys' mouths, you know, to my ears and to God's ear, it's been a blessing. So Cliff, please go ahead, man. Take a moment to introduce yourself and give us a little background about you and your business.
What's going on, world? I'm Clifton Durham. I'm the owner of TD3 Insurance Agency out here in the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I am an insurance agent that covers all property, casualty, commercial insurance. I cover auto, home, renters on the commercial side, trucking, clubs, restaurants. Listen, I don't care if you got a farm with some cows. I'll do them as well. I got you covered. Been in business since last year. Started on my own, and damn, like you said, the growth has just been great. The support has been great, and I'm just excited about what's also coming. And yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here, and I'm not going nowhere.
And I love it. And you picked up on something that I really wanted to lead into. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask Michelle first. What's new with you in the sense of the pandemic? I know a lot of us had really hoped and prayed by now this would be a thing of the past.
Right.
And one for you, Shell, really, and this will tie into Janelle as well. You guys are really into events and providing, experiences. And I love, Michelle, you call yourself the memory maker. What has it been like for you? What's new and how have you pivoted yourself to continue to be able to grow and be as successful as you've been?
Oh, great question, Dame. Like everyone else during the pandemic, we were just trying to figure it out. We was, you binge watched, you slept, you did everything, and we were just trying to figure it out. So for us, what we did was we couldn't be in person for a lot of things, and also at that time, that's when everything was 10 people or less or things of that nature. So we just did a big pivot. We just created a whole nother package for people. We called them minimonies. So we were doing small events, 10 people or less, at wineries. We was just trying to create things and just trying to make people as comfortable as possible and just keeping up with protocols and things of that nature. And also during that time, because it wasn't as many events, we started doing the mobile notary thing, and that just took off. That went. And and it's not flexing or anything like that. But my first year, we did 6 figures with mobile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, okay, this is working over here.
Okay, look, I'm not mad at that right there.
Yeah. So I took the time and I said, well, if I can do this, let's go ahead and start teaching it to other people how to do it. Because you really don't have to do the DoorDash, and not knocking anybody that's doing it, but for people that just don't know what they want to do, or trying to change career, mobile notary is where it's at. So I'm going back into teaching with that to get people educated on how they can make the money, and they too can have their own mobile notary business as well.
But I want to leave that there. What Pharaoh was saying. Definitely. Meet people where they're at, and that's smart business. And I really love that phrase and that tagline. So thank you for sharing that. And it's really important. Michelle, really, you didn't reinvent the wheel. You kind of created a new lane and space for yourself, which I'm hoping that anybody listening or watching this can really pick up on that, because that's what it's really about. I think when like I said, knowing you all have done a great pivot or reinvention or tweak something. So I love that. 6 figures, you boss lady right now, and you got bankers hours, so I ain't gonna mess with you. But I'm gonna jump. Janelle, I want to talk to you too, sis, because you've kind of done the same thing. You and Ty, and that whole explosion that I've seen personally. Talk about that and how you've been able to Farrah says waiting on the class, Michelle. Okay. My husband just became a notary.
I got
to put it to work.
Okay. March 12th, we got you.
Okay, so we're gonna connect y'all. So Farrah's family, Austin. So we're gonna connect the dots and make that happen with my cousin Sean. But like I was saying, Janelle, kind of talk to us how you and Ty, because you guys actually kind of did one of the rarest things where you've actually, like Michelle, you've bubbled up and blown up, and you've taken on a whole new leap. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So, at the beginning of the pandemic, we were just like everybody else, not knowing what was going on. Our business is built on social gatherings, and for a couple of months we couldn't socially gather. So, the same things, the fear, what's going to happen, when are things going to start opening up. So, what we did is, I heard one time it's stay ready, so you're gonna have to get ready. So we were ready. Once we knew, once things start opening up, we gonna be ready. So we made sure that we had everything, together. Just like Michelle said, we followed all the protocols, and had the masks ready, and the sanitizers, and everything. We just made sure that once everything opened back up, we was going to be ready. And what we saw was that people really started, once things did start opening up, people wanted to have a party anywhere. So they were ready to have a party in the backyard, in the driveway,
Word
in
up.
the cul-de-sac.
Word up.
So we just made sure that we were ready when things opened up. And just the way people partied was different. Instead of having a 200-person wedding, it was a 30-person wedding in a backyard. So you're pivoting our business model to not having those huge, large events, but those smaller, more intimate events. But like I said, we was ready, so that when things opened up, we would let's go, let's have it.
Now I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know if I have the permission to say this, but you were ready, because y'all actually took and added to your arsenal during the pandemic. Yeah, talk a little bit about it, because that's huge. Like, that's an expense within itself during any normal time. But you added on to your arsenal. Talk about that for a second.
Yes. So when we first started, we had just the one Piaggio Ape from Italy, and we're so humble, we're so thankful that we actually grew from the pandemic. A lot of businesses didn't make it, through the pandemic, but the fact that we actually grew, and we actually have another Piaggio, so we actually have two mobile bars in our fleet that we can, do events. And because the worst thing that happened last year was we were getting events for the same day. We were getting, somebody wanted us to be in South Jersey, but then we also wanted to could have got booked somewhere in Philly.
Right.
So it was just like that's the worst thing that happened, is to turn business away.
I know that's right.
So we got to work on that second unit. So we're, again, very humble and blessed that we were actually able to grow through all this.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, that two amazing stories, but I like to keep the streak going. I'm gonna go 3 for 3. And Jennifer, now this sister, I met her. It's been about 4 years now, Jen. 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, about that.
And just on the way, just trying to connect, make some business connections. Exactly. Praise God for the overflow, Farrah, without question. Praise God. And just trying to, create a connection and create some things moving forward. And, Jennifer was, doing her thing, and now she's continuing to do her thing. And she shared a great story with me that really humbled, me, 2 mics up. And one, Jennifer, can you kind of talk about how you've been able to pivot and kind of share the story that you kind of shared with me about, from just having access and being on the show? How's that been able to help you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So actually, prior to the pandemic, I was actually working with a coach to turn my firm into a virtual firm. So I already had things in place where I could, talk to clients virtually. They could upload their documents via a portal that I have, prepare their tax returns, do a share screen, and go over the tax return with them. So when the pandemic hit, I was kind of ahead of the curve in a sense, where I kind of had things already in place, where it only made sense for me to continue down that virtual path. So it was literally almost like a blessing in disguise. I didn't have to scramble to figure out, what do I do now? However, just from being on the show, I think it was last year, just speaking to your audience, I did have a lot of people reach out, at that time to inquire about how they could, book tax preparation services, just because, there's a lot of information out here, And then, people, hear things from other people, but I like to give them the real,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely thought that show, was a success for me, and that kind of catapulted the business up a little further. But yeah, the pandemic definitely was almost like a blessing in disguise for me, because I was already in the process of going virtual already. So I do have, our Zoom meetings with my clients. Again, I allow them to upload their documents via a portal, the e-sign, and just sending out their tax returns, consultations via Zoom. So, it really didn't have a huge impact on the services that I provide to my clients.
That's awesome, and I love when I hear these type of stories and these type of things, you know, from you all, because like I said, we all talk separately. Your feedback has been huge, and really helping, really purpose and design the show as we've grown and moved forward here on Two Mics Up. And these are the stories that I want others to see. Okay, okay, sis. You know what I'm saying? You got the number, girl. You got her
Right.
number. I don't even know why you playing. You got her
Why she
number. You need to go.
play?
Hey, why she playing? Right? You know you got that number. Okay. Right, there you go. And here you go. This is another way that we're gonna share from Michelle. You can get in on her mailing list at www.signingandexcellence.com. Make sure that you guys write that down. We'll come back and try to circle back and put that in before we close out the show today, so that you all can get that. Yeah, don't be too late now. So Jen gonna give it to you when we get off. Um,
Straight no chaser.
right. You know what I'm saying? What I do want to do though, like I said, I want to talk to Cliff, because I know for you too, Cliff. Like, this is another brother, million and one hats. Always politicking, always doing something. Okay, Gabrielle. Jennifer's my accountant. Yeah, look, I would recommend her too. I know I've recommended her to several people. I mean, I'm all about Jen and her business, because she know what she does and she handles her business.
I'll be
Um,
calling Jen too.
I got you.
Look,
I
I
got
don't,
you.
I don't, I don't got with Cliff. I got to get with Jen and Janelle. You know me and you going to eventually have to
Yes,
hook up.
Right.
So
yes,
Yes,
I got my
absolutely.
exactly.
bases covered.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I love about this right here. Everybody here really meshes well. No one really steps on anyone's toes. But there's a network here. This is the building of a network, and I'm proud to be able to be a part of it. But like I was saying, Cliff, what have you been able to do since the pandemic, and how have you been able to pivot your business? Because you too,
Yeah,
you had a growth spurt, and you kind of really come out swinging hard, bruh. So kind of talk about that, for everybody.
yeah. The game has definitely changed from what I'm used to. I'm used to meeting in conference centers, and with a bunch of people and having meetings and being in the office. Then the pandemic hit, and I'm at home, working from home, talking to customers. I did more Zoom and Microsoft Teams than I ever did in my whole life. I wasn't even really introduced to it hard like that until the pandemic. There was Skype back then. You would get on once in a while, but Zoom and Microsoft Teams became my life. I wish I would have got some stock in it. I'll be, if we knew that was going to happen. So that really changed a whole lot. Once I stepped into my own, and got my own office. I got an office, conference room, waiting room for when customers come in, and no customers come in. Everything is all virtual, and everything, they still want to talk to you over the phone. So shout out to commercial landlords, because getting that good lease and lease money every month, and you only have people in the office maybe twice a week. So yeah,
Right, right.
y'all really doing the game right now. Pandemic helped y'all out, but yeah, it's more everything is virtual.
Mm.
Even from business cards. You know how we used to take business cards and
Yeah.
take them to businesses and stuff like that. Now my business cards got the QR code on it that you're posting up on social media.
Mm.
Scan this, and you're pulling up all my information. So a lot has changed, even as far as how you market your business and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a change, but it's good. It's
Oh,
all good.
look, I love the comments. Everybody who's joining tonight, like, I just want to go back, and then start from the top. All of you are amazing. That goes without saying. Gregory Hale, I appreciate best account ever. Jennifer goes above and beyond. I couldn't agree with you more. It goes without saying. I have yet to use Jennifer, but guess what's happening this year? Yep. Uh, Angie, same thing. I always go to Jennifer every year. Excellent service. I want everybody to keep the comments coming. Elisa's talking about, Cliff's my agent. I highly recommend. Cliff is the bomb. I cannot tell you how many people I've had the pleasure of referring to Cliff. And I just want to make sure that we kind of keep that going. Janelle and what she's doing. She's kind of like my outlier. She's kind of in the pocket. She's really helped us move into a new market, which I had talked about earlier. And I don't think I shared this with Janelle, or maybe I did when we saw each other last. A lot of what we're looking to expand into is in the Pennsylvania and Delaware market. And that comes to TV. And that was really someone that actually mentioned Bubbles and Brews, and they saw Bubbles and Brews here on this show.
I
So,
love it.
so
I love it.
this just one big happy family
That's dope.
as we connect and continue to move on in 2022. Going to need Cliff by year's end. Okay, see, and this is what I'm saying. Just by tuning in, let's make those connects and keep this positivity going. So what I want to do is I want to take a minute for each of you, because you've talked about your businesses, how you've pivoted, how you've transitioned. But moving forward, because this is really about you all, what can we, um, as the community, how can we help you? Like, what would be your ideal, let's say, referral or an ideal customer for you to continue to build on in 2022? And I'm going to start this time, ladies, no disrespect. I'm going to start with Cliff, and we're going to go on reverse. So, Cliff, can you speak to that?
Yeah, man. As far as referrals, being doing what I do, I have the privilege to work with a lot of different business owners that we're a benefit to each other, like your general managers of car dealerships, your real estate agents, your mortgage lenders, your property managers, club owners, from restaurant owners, podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Different podcasts had different reaches to different audiences.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm very privileged that the type of industry that I'm in, that I can work with a whole different genre and different business owners and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, anybody out there that knows anyone, this is where those who are watching and listening, feel free. We'll make sure when the show ends, I'll put everybody's information and links uh, at the bottom. And if you know anybody and you guys, remember this conversation, remember this show, please reach out to, to our guests and the show sponsors, and really, give them that referral or that lead, because this is what we're really all about here too, Mike. So, providing this platform. So let's connect, let's network, let's make 2022 as tough as it's been over the last couple of years. Yo, let's make 2022 the year, that we're winning, and I mean that sincerely. So same thing. I'm gonna slide over to you, Jennifer. What would be, an ideal client or an ideal referral for you moving forward in 2022?
Sure. So the unique thing about the pandemic is there were a lot of new business owners that came from the pandemic. I think 2020 set the first record, and then 2021 broke 2020's record. I think there were about 10 million new business owners that came from the pandemic.
Wow.
So the number one ethnicity were Blacks and Hispanics. So I come across a lot of new business owners that may not have had the education to how to properly set their business up. What does bookkeeping look like? What types of documentation should they be keeping for their business? When are the tax deadlines for their specific business? So I have been educating a lot of the new business owner community. So I've just been connecting with those new business owners. So, I mean, a typical referral for me would be, one of those new business owners that may not know like when their tax deadline is, or what documentation should I be keeping to make sure that I'm compliant. So, I typically try to educate as many clients as possible. So yeah, that honestly would probably be the typical referral for me.
Okay, well, as Lisa has already said, she's referring herself. Uh, I'm referring myself and my wife. Yeah, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna make this circle keep moving. So my sister Michelle, for you, moving forward here in 2022, what would be the perfect referral look like for you moving forward?
Oh, my perfect referral is someone that just wants to walk into their event. We deal with all budgets. Everyone thinks they cannot afford an event planner, and I tell people you can't afford to fix mistakes.
Mm.
So you just want someone to be able to go ahead and, hey Lee, you want someone to be able to go ahead and just have your event together for you, because it's more than just calling a DJ and calling a bartender. We're reviewing contracts. We want to make sure all um your staff and everyone that you're hiring is licensed and insured, because sometimes things happen.
Hmm.
And if the DJ is setting up his equipment and catches your house on fire, we want to make sure we can get some money out of him.
I know
So
that's right.
he should be insured by Cliff,
That's right.
Right, right,
so we know the
right,
policy is
Free.
good. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So those are the type of things that people don't look at
Hmm.
when they're dealing with events. It's a lot of things that go around in the background. I tell my brides all the time, they're like, "Oh, well, my cousin, she dabbles in it and she wants to, she'll plan everything for me." And I'm like, okay, but when the wobble drop and she out on the dance floor and the cake done fell in the back, what you gonna do?
Right,
you know
right.
so I just, that would be the ideal client, just someone that just wants to walk into their event and everything is done.
Mm, I love it.
Mhm.
Last but not least, on this question, Janelle, for you, sis, as you continue to grow and move forward in 2022, what would an ideal client or referral look like for you?
Yeah, so I would say, for us, our ideal client is someone that loves to have fun, loves to have a good time, and loves the experience of
Right.
having someone that just loves an experience. I would say. So if you're fun, if you love to have a good time, call us. If you're boring, don't call now. If you're boring, we're going to bring the party to you, and when we bring the party, you ain't gonna be boring no more.
No, she
But
ain't
yes,
never
yeah,
lied.
our ideal clients love the experience in things, and
Mhm.
they see the value of having that experience. And so yeah, if you love to have a good time, you love to party, it doesn't have to be just an adult party. So we've
Hmm.
actually done a ton of kids parties, because we can also do mocktails in kegs. We've done first birthday parties, baby
Wow.
showers, so we could do drinks that don't have alcohol in it too. So it's
Wow.
really, if you love to have fun, you love to have a good time, and you love the experience, that's our ideal client.
Look here, Farrah, you ain't never lied. My sister up here, them bubbles
Yes.
and brews, them bubbles and brews. Yo, when I say she never, I watched her take the dullest or the most boring of people. By the time the night's over, it's shot, shot, shot,
You're
shot,
gonna have a
shot,
good
shot,
time.
shots
You're
up.
gonna
Yo,
have a good
I
time
mean,
with
they turn
us.
it. What? You best believe it. I love the energy that Janelle brings, man. She's a walking experience. Every time I'm around her, I love it. Um,
Yes.
you know, yeah, they get the party started and they'll get it
Yes.
finished too if you let them. Be a problem. Hell yeah, they'll get it finished. So I want to move forward, and I heard you all mention some things, but I want to continue on really highlighting you all in the community. And I really want to know, and this is kind of like a curious question to me. Why is this thing acting up? I don't know. Tonight, yeah, there we go. Bye. It was getting on my nerves. I'm sorry. I want to know, what impact do you see your businesses, really having, where the impact is? Where do you see the positivity of your work and the fruits of your labor, in the community? Because I think that's really important. I want to make sure that the community comes out and supports you, but some of us kind of sitting in the weeds and sitting in the woods might be like, well, what is the impact, and where do you see your impact being, 2 years from now or 5 years from now? And I don't know if that's something that you all maybe have thought about before, but I know this might be a curveball, but I just want to kind of throw that out, and I'm going to start in reverse, and I'll start with Janelle with that question.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think for us, the impact is, we love to say we're a part of your most memorable moments. So when you think about someone's wedding, the fact that they actually include us into their plans, and we're a part of that special day. And that's why I think when we come to an event, it's like my event. Like when I go to when we have an event and it's a wedding, you can't tell me I'm not part of the party, because we put so much into our clients. We become their family. And I always say, by the end of the night, I'm giving everybody hugs, and I'm giving all the girls hugs, and my husband giving bro hugs to all the guys.
Yeah.
But the value is we become a part of your family, not only for that day and for that event, but really throughout. If you think about a wedding, that's one of your most special moments in your life. And the fact that we can share that with people and have something to remember that by, it's really special.
Well, I love that answer, because the thing that is so true, that's how we met. And it wasn't really like through a party. My wife's cousin, you guys are neighbors. We came down to their house.
Yes.
And it was just a whole vibe, right?
Yep.
You just meet good people. Like everyone here, you meet good people, good people. And like you said, just like we became family instantly ever since. So I love that answer. And I want to go ahead and transition over, to Michelle. Same for you. What do you see your impact, being on the community? And maybe your vision, if you want to share that, 2 years or so from now.
Well, our impact has been great in our community here. In previous years, we've given events for the community. We used to do a summer festival. I've been honored in Stafford to be named the most involved community member in in the Stafford area. Also, where I see our growth at is just becoming a little bit more involved with our community events. Because I'm an event planner, a lot of the local community leaders reach out to me. So we do some things at a discounted rate, or we just volunteer at some things. What I would like to see for our company in the next couple of years as we grow is to be able to do some more stuff pro bono. So we can make sure that the events are well attended and also safely attended, because that's a big thing with crowd control. I know when the Black Lives Matter thing was happening, we did go ahead and we produced an event, and it was a lot of things getting involved with the sheriff's office and things of that nature, but we did develop good relationships. So that is always important when you're working in a community, because you want everybody to be a part of it and make sure it's just safe and well attended. So that's our goals for the upcoming future, is to be able to do at least one pro bono event a year.
Man, look, that's powerful. And while I I'm talking to Michelle, for those of you that are here in the Fredericksburg region, like Michelle said, she's again here locally, the memory maker. Michelle is popping like hot fish oil. But I want you all to take a minute. If you know anybody that watches this, take a moment. Michelle is been nominated again. Best of the Burg 2022.
Nice.
Riddick Entertainment and Events. They doing big things. Voting here in the area is going to start March 15th. So if you know anybody, or you got any family, cousins, kin, whatever, I don't care if they don't know Michelle. Just tell them that Dame, and Dame said go vote for Riddick Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And
but you don't have to live in a region to vote. Anybody can vote.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah,
send it to your mom and them, and do y'all, because I know some of us, I'll put it out there again. You can go to Fredericksburg.secondstreetapp.com, and you can go ahead and get your fingers to working and vote and share that with your friends. So I just wanted to take a moment, while Michelle was talking, to share that with you all. Jennifer, same for you, sister. Moving forward, what is your impact, or what do you see maybe your vision being in the community, let's say maybe 2 years from now?
So I am a huge advocate of educating individuals, because I know for myself, as growing up, our family did not have a family accountant. Our family did not have a family financial advisor. So a lot of things that I learned, growing up, as I got older. So I honestly want to take the knowledge that I have gained over the years and give back to our community, because we are not as privileged to have family CPAs or family financial advisors to guide us as business owners. So whether that be, going to speak, at churches or, in schools or, what have you, to kind of, get the minds going of our young folk, so that they have, a sense of finances, accounting, business, as they are growing up, whether it, so they don't have to look back and say, God, I wish somebody would have told me earlier, that, had I done this at a younger age, I would be in a better position than I am right now. So I'm a huge advocate for just educating, especially our people.
Thank you so much.
Look.
We need to normalize that behavior. We need to
Absolutely.
normalize those things. I was having a discussion with my children who are 30 plus, and I told them I wish I could have done certain things, but I didn't know. But now that I do know,
Right.
I can call you and say, hey, we're having a family meeting and we're having a guest. And let's talk about these things, because until we start talking about these things in the community, when you know better, you do better.
Okay.
Absolutely.
When you know better, you do better. So yeah, let's start normalizing that behavior, because I'm going to tell you something. As a mobile notary, I went to someone's home and I was doing their loan documents. They was refinancing their house and everything. And the man said to me, because someone else called me and they was trying to get me to get to another location because someone was getting ready to go on a respirator and they wanted to get some documents signed very quickly. And he says to me, he was like, who doesn't have a trust in place? Why would I don't see what that emergency is. And he was just so baffled by that. And I'm sitting there, I was like, I got a will, but I ain't got a trust. And I've heard about trust, and and it just started this conversation. But that is something that is not normalized in our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm going to, and I'll get your information later, but I want to introduce you to our family so we can say our family accountant.
Right.
Right. And ask those questions instead of using Google.
That's huge.
Right.
We have somebody.
That's huge.
I appreciate it.
I just felt very strongly.
No, look, this is your time. You feel free, but you're 200% right. It is not something that we discuss, and it's a law. It's lost on us. We have no knowledge of. See, that's what I'm saying. Lisa, see, glad you joined in tonight, sis. You're gonna take a beating. You should have called her already, just like I should have. But that's a whole nother conversation. Cliff, my brother.
I mean, man, he got me coming after Jennifer. She should have just you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, what more else can I? Just killed it right there. But with the community, all I'm trying to do, Dame, is just go into the community and tack it in different subjects. Like with the peoples in the community, I want to let them know that they have a middle guy in insurance between the actual carrier and them. All right. I have over 35 insurance carriers that I work with, and I want my customers and to feel like when they're being listened to, that it means something, and that you're looking out for their best benefit. You're not just a number. You're not just reading off the screen what they're supposed to say to you. And I want them to know the importance of being covered and what they have and what works for them and how it fits them financially. Not something could be too expensive. You could be overinsured. Something could be so cheap and unbelievable, but you're underinsured, and saving $100 can cost you thousands of dollars. God forbid if something was to happen.
Tell them, Cliff.
So I want to be that middle person to let them know, what's good to go with, and to be able to rely on me. I can't answer every call, but you could text me, email me. I will get back to you. I got a team. I got a bilingual partner. She's dope. She's good. She's on the money. So the team is growing. As far as with small businesses, I like networking. I like
Hmm.
I believe if you bless another business, you'll get the blessings back.
Yes,
So
sir.
networking referrals. That's why we joined the BNI,
Right.
being a
Right.
group with 35 other owners that all you're doing is looking out for each other. That's huge. So that's really my goal. And I want to put money in people's pockets. I want to give people jobs that and show them how to be more independent instead
Mm.
of just relying in. There's nothing wrong with clocking in and clocking out. But
Mhm.
I remember when I got my first job, I'll never forget this. I went to my grandfather and I was like, Granddad, I got a job working at such and such. And everybody else was happy for me. He was like, all right, what else?
Okay. That's it. That's it.
What you mean, what else? He said, never put all your eggs in one basket. You
Mm.
never know what could happen. So
Yeah.
that's what I just, want to teach my people, to always have another hustle, another grind, another
Mhm.
way to make a living. So like something like with the pandemic, when
Mhm.
jobs was laying off, you had that other hustle. You still gonna make it happen. I still have to feed my family regardless.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? So that's really my goal. 2 years from now, I would love to have just like a team in each region,
Mm.
of
Oh man.
insurance agents, customer service agents. I got something else, in the works that's gonna land real quick. My
Yeah.
other love that I had left to come into insurance,
Mhm.
I cut a couple of deals with big companies in the wireless and alarm system. So soon you're gonna see TD next level communications coming to path.
Come
With
on now.
so yeah,
Come on now.
he's gonna be making things happen on all sides. So just jobs. I'm looking for independent agents nationwide on the technology side, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited, and I'll keep rolling. Insurance and technology. It's a want and a need at the same time, so can't go wrong. So
Mm,
I'm excited
mm,
about the
mm.
future.
Look here. I'm blown away as always by
That's
each and every one of you. And this is why I say this is what motivates me. This is what I want a lot of people though to understand when I say motivate, because this is not a competition.
No.
And I try to tell everybody, we always want to compete. It's not a competition out here. First of all, you want to celebrate and uplift those
Yes.
around you that are doing great things, because
Amen.
these things are not celebrated and that they're not talked about.
Mhm.
And I got not heated, but I was a little pissed off, someone that I know, talking about, let's just say the show, man, you're not arguing, you don't argue enough, you don't be snapping and joking. I said, well, that's easy. That's what we do as a community. We all know the Jones and we know how to snap and tell jokes.
Mhm.
But what about, when it's time to sit down and talk about things that are serious, things that are important, things that can change your life,
That's
things
right.
that can impact your kids and your future?
Yes.
Why don't we talk about those? So when I say I'm motivated and I'm proud and I'm inspired by the four people that I have the pleasure of sitting down and talking to tonight, I cannot tell you thank you enough to each of you
You're
for
welcome.
the time that you have given and invested in me. And this 45 minutes to an hour is the least I can do to uplift and highlight each and every one of you, because I love you all and you guys are really my motivation. And
Thank you, man.
I'm
Thank
gonna leave it right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. We
thank
can't
I don't
you.
thank
think
you
you really
enough.
know what Two Mics Up is doing for
Yes.
us business owners, for real.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're a humble dude, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love the hell out of you. But I don't think you really understand what Two Mics Up is doing for
Yes.
me personally, my business alone. So I could just imagine the ladies and everyone
Absolutely.
else. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So
Absolutely.
I'm thankful for you. I'm blessed for you. You know
Yes.
what I
Well,
mean? And I
thank you.
appreciate you. So thank you.
Well, thank you all. So I have to, before we come around and close out this amazing conversation. And yes, yeah, yes, Farrah, it's so appreciated. This black excellence, and I hope that anybody who may have missed tonight, who decides if they want to go back and they want to listen to this, or really, I hope that they really come and they watch this, because this needs to be seen, because this is something that we don't see enough and we don't uplift each other enough with, can really walk away with some level of positivity, and just motivated to do something greater in the community. And Jeff, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. My man, my neighbor, my childhood neighbor. I appreciate you taking time out. To sit here and rock with me and rock with our guests tonight, man. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, hey, and this is what it's all about: expertise, expertise, sitting right here for you all. Uh, look, sis, you ain't even got to talk because I'm still holding your seat right here. Yeah, your seat is still hot. I need that co-pilot because some nights this ain't right. I got wifey over here. She be looking at me with the finger like, "Don't you do it." So we gonna keep praying for Dame, and make sure Dame stay off the couch. But I want to ask you all before we go. Cliff really ended it the way that I wanted to, and really talk about what's new for you all. So Cliff was really able to kind of spark that spark of closing out. So Jennifer, I want to go to you. What's next for you and JMI Income moving forward?
Yes, yeah. So I actually just released an ebook a couple of
What?
weeks ago.
What?
Yes.
Congratulations.
So
Yay.
I'm
just
so
after
glad you put
speaking
me
with
first
so
before
many,
her.
thank you. So after speaking with so many business owners, I compiled a listing of 150 tax deductions for business owners. And if you go to my website, JMIncomeTax.com, there is a link to download the ebook. Again, it's 150 tax deductions for business owners or aspiring entrepreneurs. I'm also working on a course for the new business community to form them and educate them on the necessary steps to, form their business, set up their accounting, set up their bookkeeping, as well as documentation to keep in the event of an IRS audit. So I'll be releasing that in the springtime as well. But really, again, networking with other business owners, just reaching the community to educate more of our, African American, minority business owners, so that we all, stay afloat in the game as well. So yeah, that's what my future holds for me.
Hey, you ain't never lied, Jeff. That's why I sit here. I sit here with royalty. I'm blessed to have royalty in my life all the time. So yeah, black women rule the world, Jeff, and you ain't never said that any better. And Pharaoh, I'm working on starting a nonprofit. Really going to need my people. Yeah. Hey, look,
Got you.
you got it right here. This is look. I cannot tell you this is a great place to start. If you have nowhere else to go, this is a great place to start. And I mean, I'm not going to put words in people's mouth, but I know these people sitting right here. They know people that they can help at least put you in contact with. To at least if they don't know or can't do it, they can help assist you get to where you need to go. So this is a great place. Michelle, same for you. With all your hats, Miss Memory Maker. What else? What else are you holding on to?
Oh, well, the Memory Maker is also big into education. I get so many brides and people after their weddings. Oh, I want to be the wedding planner. I can do it. So we are going to have a boot camp for
Oh,
how to become the proper wedding planner and have all that great information out there.
okay.
We also have our notary course that's coming your way. But the big thing for Riddick Entertainment this year, drum roll please,
Oh, what we got?
we are the official event planner for the Virginia Black Business Expo
Yo, shout
in
out.
Virginia.
Shout out.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Shout
We
out.
will
Congratulations.
be overseeing the expo. It's a 2-day expo, as well as 3 nighttime events. We're going to have the Great Blacksby. We're going to have an after party. The Great Blacksby is that Friday night. The after party is that Saturday night. And then that Sunday, we will be hosting a brunch. So this is for the entire state of Virginia. For Black businesses, we do have a directory, a Black business directory, which is the vabbd.com. And we also have an app. So we want all the Black businesses in the area, especially in Virginia. It's called the Virginia Black Business Directory, but we do cover the DMV. If you do business in Virginia, you can be listed. Let's just say that. And the expo last year, we had over 150 vendors participate. And we had over the course of 2 days about 3,000 people. So we want to
Wow.
double that number this year.
Wow.
And we really want people to come out. We're trying to think of it as an essence for Virginia.
Mm, can't wait.
So we are doing that this year. So August 5th, 6th, and 7th of 2022.
Look, I know, speaking personally, and Jennifer can attest, great event, great
Excellent.
turnout.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
Excellent.
It was
Yes.
excellent. So looking forward to you, Riddick Entertainment, our friends, Ernisha and Tracy Hall over at the Virginia Black Business Directory, looking for them to put on another amazing event as well. And you're right, Lisa, because Michelle left out the cat in the hat. The other thing that Michelle does, but Miss Memory Maker, she's so humble.
You
And
know what?
what?
I do. Okay. I do travel. I
Yeah.
do. But I I don't really promote it because it takes a lot of time to do the research and to. So what I have done is we're curating experiences now. So we do offer the service, but there is a fee involved
Okay.
because you can look up yourself.
Right.
So for us to curate your experience, because you can go on Expedia, you can do all that stuff. But for me to curate you an experience, it's a
Yeah.
fee, but it's on our website. So
Okay. Well, we're going to. A lot of people probably take Lisa's approach after Jen gets her straight, and get her pockets right.
we're going to do luxury.
She'll go ahead and invest.
Yeah.
Look, last but definitely not least, Janelle, what's new for you in 2022?
Yes. So 2022, this is our year for transition and growth. So we're already looking to possibly have another vehicle in our fleet by the end of this year. We're putting
Man,
some
go
things in
ahead.
place. I'm telling you, we gonna be
Go
ready.
ahead.
So
Go
we're looking to
ahead.
have another vehicle in our fleet, and we're just trying to perfect our craft. So a lot of training on your mixology and bartending, and we're just trying to make sure that we just perfect our craft and get better each year. So stay tuned.
No, we following and we staying tuned. So
Yeah.
before we all go and in reverse order, I'll start with Janelle. Please share. Yeah, exactly. Yes, come on, fleet. Keep that fleet growing. If you guys could just briefly share your social media information where anybody who's listening, watching, can reach out to you. I'll make sure at least I drop your websites down in the information below. But I want to give you opportunity to share your information before we close out. And I'll start with Janelle.
Okay. Yep. So our website is www.getcozybars.com. That's bars with the S. www.getcozybars.com. And then we're on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram, Bubbles and Brews Philly and Bubbles and Brews South Jersey.
We heard that. I like how she threw that one in there. South Jersey.
Yeah.
Come on. Get
That's
that
right.
bread. Get
That's
that
right.
bread.
Expanding.
Expanded. Get that bread, sis.
Yes.
All right, Shell. I want to go to Michelle next. Please go right ahead.
Okay, we're at RiddickENT.com and on all social media handles, IG and Facebook, we're at RiddickENT.
Got it, sis. Thank you so much. Jennifer, please go ahead and take a moment and share your information.
Yes, so my website is JMIncomeTax.com. Instagram, JMIncomeTax. Facebook, JMIncomeTaxes. And if you would like to schedule a consultation or an appointment, you can send me an email at info at jmincometax.com.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. All of this information, y'all better be writing it down. Those of y'all in the weeds and what, you better be writing this down. I'm telling you, these people is hot right now. They popping. Cliff, my brother, definitely not last but least. But share your information, King.
You can find me at www.td3insurance.com. I'm on Facebook, TD3 Insurance Agency. You can find me on LinkedIn, Clifton Durham, TD3 Agency, powered by Quantum. Dame, real quick, big shout out to my son and my wife. My son graduates in June. He's gonna go get his business degree to join forces with his own man.
Woo! I
He's
love
gonna,
it. I
Yes,
love it.
you know what I
congratulations.
mean? He's gonna get his insurance license, real estate license,
Love
and
it.
I'm gonna show him how to start his own brokerage so he could just take it and run with it.
Yes.
Shout out to my beautiful wife that just has my back and
Yes,
allows me to
sir.
do this 1,000% at my own speed, and she just holds it down. She holds it down for me. So that's why I'm TD3. You know what I mean?
I know that's right.
Right.
Inspiration behind it. So that's where you can find me on all social media platforms, and definitely uh, hit me up on the net.
Of course, that's right. Family business, and this is what it's all about. Build that empire, build your kingdom for not for yourself, but for your kids,
Absolutely.
That's
and
right.
leave them something to have, but to build on in the future, like our counterparts do in their homes. And exactly, Jeff, loving all the black excellence on this panel. I'm each and every time I'm speechless. My skin and my hair stand up whenever I'm around any one of these amazing individuals. And ladies and gentlemen, look, for those of you who tuned in tonight, make sure you go tell a friend. Matter of fact, go tell all your family and your friends. Um, to really sit down and watch tonight's episode. Go out and follow these people who are doing amazing things in their own industries in their own space. Clifton, I love you, bro. Jennifer, I appreciate you so much, sis. Michelle, I
Thank
got
you.
nothing but love for you. Janelle, next time we gotta do more shots up because I think we wasn't finished last time. Love
That's
you too,
right.
sis. You
That's
know what I mean? Love you
right.
too, sis. Yo, shout out to your husband Ty. Give him my love. We really
Absolutely.
love you guys. And this is what it's all about. So I'm gonna stop talking and we're getting ready to close out on this amazing, 1 hour. It's top of the hour, but I just want to share some things that are coming up here. Two mics up. On Monday, brand new episode is coming to you, and this one is a little, I won't say different, but here on Two Mics Up, we're always trying different things. Young brother Brendan Kumar Asami, and excuse me because I'm terrible with his last name, but he's from Canada, and he's really going to sit down and show us how to talk. A lot of us really struggle with communication and really doing something like this. Like we spent the last hour communicating, talking, and talking in front of people. He's really going to sit down with us and educate us on how that works. He's going to share some tactics and some things that you can do for free at home. You can go on his website and do all of these exercises, no cost. And this goes from introductory level to CEO suite executives. So I thought it was pretty interesting, something a little different. I hope you all enjoy it. And you know, I'll save this for the next show. I'll save this for the next show. But more importantly, I did mention earlier, so Two Mics Up is moving and transitioning to a new platform. So over the next 3 weeks, you may not see us on Thursday nights. Trying to negotiate and work uh, this plan out for season 4. So I apologize in advance if we don't, but we'll put out some notifications. But you can always catch us Monday, brand new episodes. So please stay tuned. Bear with me, bear with us. Lisa, I love you too, sis. Give yourself a round of applause because you should be sitting right here with me. But we're going to work on that as we move forward. And like we always do at this time, ladies and gentlemen, may you all stay safe, stay blessed. Mike's out.